Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday if you're watching this on Tuesday. If you're not watching this on Tuesday, happy whatever of the day of the week it is. Can't believe it's already April. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic year and I hope that life is going really well for you. Okay, but in this video, I am going to be talking about things I wish high school would have taught me, or just like my younger years. I wish somebody would have told me. I feel like a lot of my viewers are in their 20s and everyone's just trying to do their best. Most of us aren't feeling our best as we're trying to do our best. And so I thought it'd be kind of beneficial to make a video about it. Anyways, let's just dive right into it. Okay, so first up on my list is your career doesn't define you. You may not get the job of your dreams, but you can save and work for your dream. I really wish somebody would have told me that whenever I get into, like, after I graduate high school and if I go to college or if I don't go to college, I may not be working or having the job of my dreams. For instance, my dream was to go on tour. My dream was to perform live music, and whether that's songwriting for somebody or performing my own songs, I had this dream that I was going to be doing that. And that's no one's fault. Honestly, it's no one's fault but my own. I didn't push myself hard enough to pursue that because I hit a lot of depressing states in my life because I was like, why am I not here yet? And I wish that I would have had the mindset of it's okay that you're not there yet. You're going to be possibly working a office job from 7 to 5 and that's okay. Some people, go to college and are working their dream job, but a majority of us aren't. And I think that's why a lot of people in their 20s are immensely depressed, is because they're like, well, why are all these other people doing it and we're just here, struggling and don't really know what to do with ourselves. And some people don't even have a mindset of what their dream it really is in your 20s. And so mainly I just wish somebody would have told you or told us that it was okay. If you're struggling with that, I'm here with you and we're gonna get through this together. Next on my list is you will be spending a lot of time alone, and that is okay. Okay, that is okay. I spent a lot of time alone in high school, I did, but that was kind of on my own doing. I feel like in your 20s, you're spending a lot of time alone because everyone else is in different paths of life. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing at this point, and you kind of have to get used to going to the grocery store by yourself, spending a Friday night in your apartment or in your house or at your parents' house alone. You have to I don't know. I wish that somebody would have told me that because I thought that I was doing something wrong. I was like, why do I have no friends? Why am I not? And I didn't go to college, so that's probably what it was. But a lot of people now are experiencing that. A lot of my friends that did go to college are now experiencing this life of, I don't have those parties to go to on the weekend anymore. I don't have, my girlfriends around because some of them are getting married or some of them are having babies. And learning that at a younger age and bracing myself for this would have saved me a lot of heartbreak. I now am in a state of mind where I feel so comfortable doing things by myself, and it took me 5 years to get here. And so, yeah, I wish I would have known that I'm going to be spending a lot of time by myself. Surround yourself with inspiring people who have goals, people who support you. With that being said, you are spending a lot of time alone, but make sure that you have people in your circle that are motivating you in themselves and, pushing themselves harder. Not to say that you're allowed to have friends that aren't like that, because I feel like I'm sometimes that friend that just kind of hits these ruts and isn't the best person to inspire others. But I feel like we all hit those roadblocks. And so know that you will have some friends that are like that, and you go through phases that are like that, but make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that aren't always in that phase. Friendships are hard, and I don't know. Once I started kind of hanging out with my high school friends again, I kind of started backtracking and hanging out with Avery and Anna and Kaylee, and I don't know. I was talking to Ben about this a few weeks ago, is after I hang out with them, I feel like I'm ready to take on the world, and they just support me. And whenever I whip out my camera and I feel embarrassed and humiliated, they're like, no, keep going, you're amazing at this, keep doing it. And I don't know, it makes me emotional thinking about it because they just support me, and I support them. I know they're going to do amazing things in life, and you just need to surround yourself with people like that because you need people who love you. You do not have to ask for opinions from others about things you like. You're allowed to just like it. I personally am very bad at, or I was very bad at, doing things because I genuinely adore it and love it. I always was asking people, you know, like, does this look okay? Or is it okay that I'm wearing this? Or is my hair bad like this? Like, I just constantly was, sorry, there's a loud truck going by. But I was constantly asking those questions, and it made me fall out of love with those things. You know, ask people if this song sucked, and it was one of my favorite songs I've ever written, and after I kept asking people those questions, I ended up hating the song. And so I think, and not because they were saying like that sucks, like that's ugly, but I just started doubting it so much that I ended up hating it. And so I think that's something that I finally learned in my 20s is I'm allowed to just freaking like it. Do what you love because you love it, not because what anyone else thinks about it. It does not matter. You're floating on a giant rock in the middle of nowhere. Do whatever the heck you want. Relationships require consistent effort. For all my single friends who think dating is hard, marriage is too. I wanted to say this because I'm not one to speak on your emotions. I'm just talking mainly about how I feel about it. So I don't want to invalidate anyone of my single friends. Like, what you're feeling is very valid and you're allowed to feel it. I talked to a lot of my single friends about this and how, you know, it's hard being single, I feel like, in your 20s while all these other people are getting married around you. And you just feel kind of like a burden. You feel like you're doing things wrong. I think that my single friends, or just single people in general, have this perception that once they get married, their life's going to be perfect and they're not going to have any relationship problems anymore, and their life is just going to be rainbows and butterflies and a picket fence and 10 kids. And that's not true at all. Ben and I have an amazing marriage, but we have to work on it. Like, every single day I feel like I'm dating. I'm dating Ben every day, and we're trying to make this marriage work. And I don't know, whenever my friends talk about like it's just so hard, I'm like, no, marriage is hard too, but it's hard because you can't really relate to each other on this because, you know, one's married and one's single, but we're both kind of in the same walks of life. We just don't really recognize it. We're both trying to work at a relationship, whether that's you have one or you don't. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but it makes sense in my head. I feel like I'm gonna say this and have to go back and like edit this completely because it's kind of chaotic. It's a chaotic thought right now, but you'll find your person. But once you find your person, it's still gonna be hard. So this is me warning you, okay? You heard it here first, folks. Forgiveness is for you, not them. When you say sorry to someone, you need to be saying it to them because you genuinely forgive them, not because you feel like you need to in order for them to stay. I feel like I'm a very forgiving person. I kind of just forgive so quickly. I don't hold anything, you know, above them or over their head whenever like they do something wrong. I just, you know, laugh it off and say, you know, it is what it is and I forgive you. But I fall into this issue where I forgive somebody and then a few weeks roll by and I realize how deeply they did actually hurt me, and then leave them confused because they're like, well, I thought you forgave me. Like, what's going on? I thought we were over it. And I'm like, no, I'm not over it. Like, I'm hurt so deeply because of you. And that is one thing that I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known that it is okay to be angry at somebody and be like, no, you didn't treat me well. And I need to be alone for a while. And you kind of messed up here. That's that one. I wish I would have known. Oh, okay. Reply to those texts. Call that person back. Those are people who are checking in on you and people who love you. Sorry, Mom. I'm really bad at this. Sorry to all my friends in high school that I left hanging and had a really hard time saying no to. I wish somebody would have told me that, you know, people actually love you, and when they're texting you and trying to get a hold of you, that means that they love you, and stop ignoring them and being selfish and not replying to them. I don't know, I feel like high school kind of makes you feel like you're on this cloud nine and, you know, you're just kind of, you run the show. Especially all of us were just trying to fit in. That's high school, was everyone just trying to fit in. And so, I don't know, I think I wish I would have known to not treat people like that because I regret it, and I still feel extremely bad to this day for just not saying no. So, call your mom back, guys. Call her back. I wish high school would have taught me how to find a good therapist. That is a real one that I wrote down, okay? I wish that I would have known how to work through my trauma and how to get past, you know, my childhood issues and just heal from them. I feel like everyone needs a good therapist. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you have this perfect life. I think you have stuff you need to work through still and how to figure out how to be a better person. I don't know. I just feel like therapy really helps people just stay on their feet. Yeah, I just wish high school would have taught me how to do that because it took me way too long to find a therapist. I recently just got one last year and I'm just gonna leave it there. It took way too long. It's okay to reconstruct your religious, spiritual, and moral education. After being in, they call it the Bible Belt for my entire life, I think we all have this narrative in our minds that if we do not believe in this, I kind of think it's like an Oklahoma God, because I feel like in Oklahoma, God to everyone is strictly this one thing. This is who God is and this is what you need to believe in. And if you don't believe in at least one tiny thing of what these people believe in, then you're going to hell. And I think that is extremely wrong. Because for instance, this is a good example, is I believe in aliens. I believe that there are aliens out there. You cannot convince me otherwise. I just believe there is. And so whenever I remember I'm going to tell you guys a story right now, is I remember one night I was sitting on my back patio talking to some friends and I said, I believe in aliens, and there was a Christian guy there and he started laughing at me. And I was like, do you think I'm less of a Christian because I believe in aliens? Like, that's very disrespectful of you. And I got a little irritated because I'm allowed to believe in God and believe in aliens. And so, I don't know. I think that redefining or what your religious beliefs are is totally okay, and you need to allow yourself to do that. I wish high school would have told me that it's okay and God still loves you. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I wrote those weirdly fast because I think about this all the time, and obviously I didn't mention, the basics of how to find a house, how to buy a house, how to set up your utilities, how to, I didn't list all of those things. I just list kind of the random ones that I think of on the daily. Yeah, those are things that I wish high school would have told me. But here I am now telling you. So if you're one of my younger crowd's listeners, this is for you. I hope that you do better than me, and I hope that I helped you out a little bit. I will see you guys next Tuesday, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!